Alright YouTube, I'm going to make a quick video here and show you some of the issues that I've run into in the past when doing print cuts and stuff with Versaworks. The most common problem that I think people have and what I was having was trying to take a rasterized image. So in other words, a JPEG or a PNG and send that so it could have normal cut lines and make stickers or whatever I needed to cut on my Roland after I printed it without having to go into Illustrator and try to make a vector-based one. A vector is great for a lot of reasons if you're making a big image, but it doesn't really help you much when you're trying to take something that has gradients or other things that you can't use a solid color. So sometimes I was having problems with actually bringing it in, but then I was having two separate set of cut lines. So when I was going to cut it on the Roland printer, it was cutting it twice and making these little strips around there that were causing a bunch of grief and all the different issues. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do this and set this up now. Here we're going to go. Here is a rasterized image. This is just a PNG image I have that I'm going to make stickers. It's one of our jobs coming up here, and we need to make decals for this company. I'm going to show you how this is how we're going to do it. Now, this is the decal, and you can see it has a white stroke around the outside, so it's not just transparent. It has this white outside stroke, but then the background is transparent. So I'm going to save this as a PNG. So all I'm going to do is go save as, and we can name it whatever we want. I'm going to put it on my desktop, and I'm going to name it under PNG. I think I already have it saved as A1. That's fine. A1 PNG. You name it whatever you want or put it wherever you want. So now we have this saved as a PNG file. If we were to open this, it would look just like a PNG. See where you can see the white outline? I want the cut line to go around this. That's where I want my cut lines to be. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to still be in Photoshop. I'm going to take this image right here. I'm going to hit Control A, so I'm selecting it, and you can see how it made the little scissors show up. When you click just a little bit and move your mouse, it makes your dancing ants go around here. There's other ways of doing it. That's the way I do it because it's the fastest way to do it. Now that I have dancing ants going around this image, I'm just going to take a paintbrush, choose what color you want. It doesn't matter. I happen to have a maroon color up, so that's mine. Now I'm going to hit Control D to deselect. I took our image and made the entire thing one solid color. File, save as, and I'm going to also make this a PNG, but I'm just going to name this one A2. So under A2, I know it already exists. Alright, so now we have two different ones. We have our PNG that looks like that, and then we're going to have a PNG that just looks like this. That's important for this reason. What I'm going to do now is come into my Illustrator. Illustrator is where I need to make my cut lines. Now in Illustrator, I'm going to hit Control Shift P, which means placing something. You can go through the long way of doing it if you want to go to File. Control Shift P, I'm going to go back to our desktop and select the first one. And I'm just going to click it into the screen anywhere. Now what I like to do is go up here and change my numbers to 0 and 0 so I know it's automatically in the left corner. When I drop the other one below it, it's going to be the same thing. So now that I know I have this on there, I'm opening up my layers and I can see I have this image on layer 1. I'm going to hit this button to create a new layer. I now have layer 1 and layer 2. Layer 2 is blank. Layer 1 has this on it. As I'm selected on layer 2 now, I'm going to hit Control Shift P again. This is where I'm going to take this image and drop this one onto layer 2. At this point, I'm going to go up here, hit 0, tab 0, just to make it lined up. So I now know that this maroon image is directly on top of this other one. Now I've highlighted and selected layer 2. I'm going to click Image Trace. Now when it asks me how I want to trace the image into a vector, I'm going to tell it I want a black and white. I just want two colors. And you can see what it did. It made my solid thing black, and the outline of this has a white outline. All I'm going to do is click this Expand button. If yours looks different, that's fine. Go through the long version and hit Expand. And what I did, you can see it added an extra drop-down arrow here. When I drop this down, it shows me this is your black part, and this is the white part, everything around it. I don't want that white part. I want to get rid of it. Delete it. Now this black part is great, except if I print it, it's going to print black, so I don't want that. Change your fill to nothing, and change your stroke to your Roland cut line, your Versaworks cut line. All you need to do is go up here, and you can either choose it. I don't know if this one may not have it. Should have artboards, other libraries. You can choose where to get your swatches. Let's see if I have my Roland swatch. Swatches. All right, good. Well, you're also going to learn how to import your stuff from your Roland. So we're going to do that right away too. Go down here, hit Other, go to your program files. And this is in your C drive, obviously. You're in your program files. You're going to need to be in Versaworks, under Swatch, under Illustrator. And I'm going to choose the Versaworks one right there. Hit Open. You see it now gave me imported my stuff. When I hover over this one, the magenta says Cut Contour. I'm going to click that. Nope, don't want that. It changed my fill. I just want the stroke one. You can see right here it says Cut Contour now on your stroke. Added that as a 1-point stroke. Now, if you were having a problem, you said, I've done this, and I can't figure out why it's still cutting twice. The reason it's cutting twice is because you don't have this separated as 2 different layers. You have underneath this one, you have your pink line, and it's trying to cut on either side of it. Change that. And just to show you, I'm going to make this thing nice and large. This is a 5-point stroke. It shouldn't matter because I still have it set to a cut contour. So you have your cut contour and your layer 1. I'm now going to go to File, Save As, and we can just say decal on our desktop, and we're going to make this an EPS file. Hit Save, hit Continue. I just changed this to high resolution, and I check all the boxes. You make sure yours looks like that, it'll work. It's now saved it. Good deal. Come up here, open up our Versaworks. If you have Versaworks Dual or a different version of it, it doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. This is just a newer version of Versaworks. If you have Dual, upgrade to this one. It's pretty nice. I like it. It lets you do some extra things. Under Desktop, Decal EPS. And you can see here when we double click, it will now show you your dancing ants and your cut contour line. Now, even though I had a 5-point cut contour line, it doesn't matter. It's not going on either side of it. This is just one set of dancing ants. So hopefully this helps you guys. Now you know you can go in here and set all your media width and set all your settings to however many you want and crop it or change it differently. But now you know exactly how to set up your stuff to get vectorized things to cut like stickers in Versaworks. So good luck and have fun.